A new explosive volcanic eruption has just occurred on Japan's infamous island of Iwo Jima. Yes, the same one that was the site of a major World War II battle. Whereas it initially appeared that eruptive activity, which began on September 2nd, merely blasted out a single several hundred-foot wide crater, in reality it actually formed 5 separate explosion craters. These craters occurred on 2 sets of lineaments, each measuring between 35 and 150 meters or 115 and 492 feet wide. It clearly took a great deal of power and energy to create such wide features. The first set of 3 craters were blasted out on September 2nd, while the latter 2 formed along a segment of the Aso-Dai fault line, likely sometime around September 14th. Each of these features were blasted out by what are essentially large volcanic steam explosions known as Phreatic eruptions. Such explosions are triggered when increased heat from rising shallow magma interacts with the island's groundwater. The affected groundwater eventually flashes to steam, and since steam takes up 1,600 times the volume of the water it once was, it causes an immense amount of pressure to build. This pressure is eventually released via the path of least resistance, which happens to be upwards, breaking overlying rocks and sediment via a phreatic eruption. However, some of these explosions, a few of which occurred multiple times from the same point, involved lava fragments which were ejected, indicating a Phreatomagmatic eruption. While the ejected lava composition is still unknown, it was probably trachyte. Due to the ejecta from these explosions, which may have even included some small-scale, highly limited pyroclastic surges, although the latter part is unconfirmed, an area of 1.92 square kilometers was coated in a layer of tephra on Iwo Jima's northwest corner. This tephra was thickest right next to the westernmost 3 vents which formed, and in the case of the westernmost vent actually expanded the overall island. More specifically, by adding an area of 6.2 acres or 25,100 square meters to the overall island. While eruptive activity as of the publishing of this video was last confirmed on September 18th, what I can confirm is that overall eruptive activity does seem to be decreasing. My evidence for this relates in part to the amount of uplift this part of the island has experienced, as that directly correlates to the volume of rising magma. Early on in the eruption, nearly 10 centimeters or 4 inches of uplift were occurring every day. However, this value soon halved on 2 subsequent days, and now only around a half centimeter of uplift is occurring daily. This suggests a declining amount of shallow magma present, meaning the eruption could end in the near future. And, if you are wondering, the aforementioned uplift totaled 24 centimeters or 9.4 inches since September 1st began, which is a notable increase from the up to 1.5 meters a year the overall island has been uplifted by during the past year. As Iwo Jima has vastly increased in size since historical records began, representing the central resurgent dome of a large caldera. Since its magma chamber has been refilling and thus displacing overlying ground, what used to be the shoreline during World War II is now a whopping 66 feet or 20.1 meters above sea level. This uplift has remained highly elevated since 2021, resulting in multiple volcanic eruptions around Iwo Jima every year since. While it is uncertain if any damage occurred to any of the island's structures or facilities, I see the potential for 2 structures to have been damaged due to their sheer proximity to the recent eruption. This still ongoing eruptive activity was noticed by the military, resulting in the moving of an aircraft landing training exercise planned on Iwo Jima to a different island. While the Iwo Jima eruption probably rates on the Volcanic Explosivity Index as only a 1, this in my opinion is the correct call, since it represents the island's largest 21st century eruption so far. As a final note, I would like to thank my patron Tiny Deer for upgrading their membership tier to this channel.